Spring is in the air, and we are well in the swing of things here in South Dakota. Like I said, we are well in the swing of spring, and summer is still at a safe distance for those of you who aren't a big fan of the heat. And I was actually just picking a friend up at work, and he had a stuffed animal. It was one of those rams, and he said he was gonna get home and put a fleshlight in it and fuck it. And I'm sorry to say that. Those aren't my words, those are his words, but to each his own. He was kidding, of course, and I do ask the parents to block their kids' ears when things like that are said, because we are a family channel, but a lot of nice, wholesome families, they like to curl up with a blanket and listen to this program. And so when I do say something a bit racy, I do ask that the kids either, cover their ears or revert their eyes if I'm, for example, cutting to footage of a panda bear masturbating or something of that nature. We want it to be family friendly, but the adults can, they can have their fun once in a while. But spring is. Speaking of the panda, speaking of the ram and all that, spring is definitely in the air. There's a bunch of cattle out by the highway, and they seem out of place. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be there. They're in between the street, but the birds are definitely chirping. Here on the wide open plains of South Dakota, things are definitely very sunny. The eternal spring, the eternal skies, and endless sun-soaked plains of South Dakota. A lot of people, they wonder, how do I make a living just really talking about nothing, but rambling on about how beautiful it is out here in South Dakota, and how the eternal sun just you can bask in it forever. And that's mainly I support myself and my channel through donations, and we want to take this time and this opportunity to ask that you go to our website and donate what you can. You wanna Google search the Chad Akers radio channel and how can I donate? And you're gonna want to mosey on past those Reddit accounts that are saying that it's a scam and that someone saw me vacationing in Cancun and that I was wearing a gold watch. Those are unfortunate, angry people who are lashing out at the show, and they're lost souls. So we want to take a time out of this program to pray for them, but not so much time that you don't have time to scroll on down to the radio website and donate what you can, because it is how I put food in my mouth. 100% of the proceeds go to putting a roof over my head and food in my mouth. I gotta say, my last meal was what I think were supposed to be string beans, but I could have sworn they were fried crickets, and I just hope that if that's what they were prepared by somebody who gave a damn and who isn't going to infect me with some bizarre foodborne illness. We like to stay healthy so that we can deliver this message, and once in a while cut to a footage of somebody being raped by a dolphin. It's all in good fun, and I really don't think it's hurting anybody when I show things like that. A lot of parents are definitely gonna. Some parents call into the show, and they're very angry people, and they say, "How could you rope us in with your religious dogma and then show horrible footage like that?" And I say, well, I tell those people to take a deep breath, actually, and I let them yell. I let them yell at me and get it all out, get it out of their system, and I ask them repeatedly, just take a deep breath, and I do that until they hang up. But then I pray for them, and I ask those of you on my show to pray for them as well. I tend to bang out about 80 or 90 Hail Marys before bed each night, and I think I'm trying to up it to about 200. It's my mother's name is Mary, and those words they resonate with me. And so let's take this time to actually, on that note, pray silently. And I'm going to let all of those of you at home who tune in for my wise words and gracious words to share a prayer with your loved ones. And I know that you're all curling up in a blanket by the fire and tuning into this great radio show that always keen on delivering this great message. And we want to just thank those of you who donated. Meg Perry and Mary Perry, and a lot of people with the last name Perry definitely they've donated to the show, and it's directly funded my mission out here in South Dakota. And we want to thank you for that, because my last meal was it was a cup of dirt, and I just it was all I had, but at the time I just wanted to get something in my stomach. And but the proceeds of your donations do go directly so that I can maybe eat something that I paid for and that was at one point alive. We don't want to eat matter such as rocks and dirt and things that we don't know what they are, just to stay alive. But this whole notion of staying alive, it does bring me back to the panda bear and his exploits, because the panda is really, when it comes down to it, it's a story of human love and existence on this earth that is unparalleled. The panda bear, well, the panda's a lot like me. The panda is a little bit too laid back, perhaps, for this earth, and human beings all circled around it and said, "We're not going to let you die. We're not going to let you go." I saw a video the other day of a trainer giving a panda an apple and taking its baby right out of its arms. And I know that if you did that to a grizzly bear, it'd probably rip your nuts right off, or rip you to shreds. You might be a female. You're just gone. You're just getting put through the great meat shredder that is the universe. And that's not something you do to a grizzly bear. But the panda is something that just kind of lets things go, lets things flow, and it almost drifted right out of this reality. It came close, but human beings all gathered together, and we said, "We love you so much that we're really force you to stay here. It doesn't matter what you want to do. We're gonna love you, Panda, to the end of time, and I think that's what this story is about. And the panda really brought me to South Dakota, and then I learned that South Dakota doesn't have any pandas, but I stayed anyways because of the eternal sunshine and the wide open plains and the chirping birds and the cows that softly moo, and I stayed for all of those things, and I set up this podcast, and I continue to deliver this great message to the people, and a lot of whom call in very angry and upset that I would, claim to be a soothsayer. They say that I claim to be one thing, and then I spread all kinds of explicit imagery and sexually graphic swears and all kinds of things that their children didn't want. But I say what's important to me is that you were together with your kids to begin with. Never mind what I say, and please donate to the channel is what I always ask anybody. And they say, why would I ever donate to you? I saw you out eating a filet mignon at a really fancy restaurant, and they claim things like that, but it's not true. It's not true. I do my best to always deliver the message and eat whatever cheap foods like canned beans that I can, and just pour all your donations into the great message that I am delivering. And I wanna end on a prayer. We are gonna ask the Lord for the strength to interpret this great sunshine in a great loving way, and the openness to really step into the next open vista that the Lord presents us with, and with open arms and an open mind, and not try to be anything, really, just laid back like the panda bear, and drift on into the wide open skies of life. And those are my wise words, and I know that people tune in for the wisdom and stay for the panda. But thank you so much for your time, and I hope you enjoy that soft springtime ambient music that I use to accompany my very great voice that is just born into this world to deliver this message. So thank you so much for your time, and remember to donate to the channel, and anything you can. The money won't be wasted. It will 100% go to my next steak dinner. And thank you so much.